So this is called the KZ EDX Pro X, and KZ has been launching the X variants of some of their IEMs. So earlier I had reviewed the KZ EDX Pro, and this one is called the KZ EDX Pro X. I never had plans to go for the X variant, but as a lot of you were asking me about the differences, so I had to get one for you. So the box contents and the packaging and materials used in both of these IEMs are exactly the same. I have the Pro X in the crystal color, which is very transparent and extremely beautiful to look at. Then you have this copper cable, which is tangle free. You have some extra pair of ear tips and a warranty card. Although both these IEMs are exactly the same, but there are some very small visual differences. So on the EDX Pro X, if you will have a look at that plate on the outer shell, so it just has this KZ logo written on it, while on the EDX Pro X it says Dynamic Innovation EDX Pro X. So that's the first difference. And if you will have a cross-sectional view of these IEMs, so the drivers on the EDX Pro are slightly more bigger as compared to the X variant, which gives me an impression that the Pro will be slightly more powerful as compared to the X variant. And if I talk about the comfort, so both of them are equally comfortable, and it's very hard to differentiate after wearing them that which one is the Pro and which one is X, because they have the same design and same construction. Both of them fit very nicely, and I'm using them with the default ear tips, no problem as such. If you will have a look at the specifications, so it's dual magnetic dynamic 10mm driver on the EDX Pro, while it's linear dynamic driver on the Pro X. So these two IEMs are using different kinds of drivers. And if you look at the frequency response, so on the EDX Pro it starts from 10 Hz, goes up to 20,000, while on the Pro X it starts from 20 and goes up to 40,000. This simply means that the EDX Pro will have slightly better bass and Pro X will have slightly better clarity in the high frequency region. The rest of the parameters like sensitivity, impedance, you don't find much of a difference. Also, there is some more information you can get from the frequency graph. So if you look at both these graphs, so they almost look the same, but I want you to pay attention especially on the frequency of 2000 Hz to 20,000 Hz. So on the EDX Pro you will find some steep rise and steep fall, which simply means that it will have some peculiar noisy sounds in some cases, and also the sounds of C's and S's, these will be somewhat more prominent, so it will give you some kind of surprises along with the good bass. On the other hand, if you look at the graph of the EDX Pro X in the same region, so you won't find too much steeps and too much falls. The graph is kind of a continuous, so overall the sounds of C's and S's will be more continuous. It will feel more pleasing and more decent to hear. Now talking about the practical use, what I feel about them. So the first difference is that the EDX Pro is slightly going to be more louder as compared to the Pro X. I think it's mainly because of that dual magnetic circuit dynamic driver, which is more bigger as compared to the Pro X. So that's the first difference. And the bass, I just found that the bass on the Pro is better as compared to the Pro X. But when it comes to the high frequencies, yes, the Pro X sounds definitely better. And the sounds or the sharp sounds of C and S's that were more prominent in the EDX Pro are slightly more suppressed in the Pro X. So it depends entirely like what's your preferences. If you like good bass, you can go with the Pro, and if you have need more vocals and pleasing vocals and good clarity, you can go with the Pro X. At the end, I would like to say that both these IEMs are equally good for music, for gaming, and for watching movies. You won't be having any sort of major complaints. Both of them are equally detailed. It's just some minor difference between the Pro and the Pro X, and you get the Pro X on a slightly cheaper price. It costs around 970 rupees, while the Pro you will get somewhere around 1000 rupees. Here is a sample of microphone, and after that you will hear the sound comparisons. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one, and you can always raise your doubts in the comment section below. So this audio that you're listening to right now is being recorded from KZ EDX Pro X at the moment. I'm not holding the microphone because in the past a lot of you have told me not to hold the microphone. This microphone is plugged in directly in my computer. I want you to pay attention to the clarity but not to the volume, because finally when I'll just render this video, I'll have to increase the volume to get a balance. But just now pay attention to the clarity, and now I'll switch over to the KZ EDX Pro. So now I have switched over to the KZ EDX Pro, and the audio is being recorded from this particular microphone. I'm sitting in my room, the fan in my room is on. So I want you to pay attention to outside noises that you are getting, and I hope both the microphones are going to sound exactly the same, but if there is any difference, do let me know. And now let me switch over to the audio comparison.